Hello, Steamboat. How you doing? Got a new show for your viewing. Having breakfast, just keep chewing. And with your support, we'll be cruising. Hello, Steamboat.
After all the jacks are in the boxes, and the clowns have all
What's going on, everybody? My name is Nick Lagorga. I'm here practicing another song for my show on YouTube, Good Morning Acoustics. You can follow me on Instagram at Good Morning Acoustics, or you can give me a like on Facebook at Good Morning Acoustics. Thanks for watching.
Hello, Steamboat is recorded live from the Chief Theater.
Thank you, Dr. Strange. Hello, Steamboat. It's me, TC. Merry Monday. We're back. We're live. We're doing it. Coming to you from the Chief Theater in downtown Steamboat Springs. Streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. If you guys got any thoughts, comments, posts, suggestions, feedback, hellosteamboatshow@gmail.com. And we'll get back to you and see if we have anything polite to say to you. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Heard some strange things about Triple Crown and some other, what will we call them, unsocial-like behavior. And it's unfortunate. Our good friend Shannon Ford posted some stuff on Facebook, and it sounds like she's got some potential employment issues. I would say this straight off personally. I've been here 18 years. I've known Shannon Ford probably 17 of those years. And she's an incredible lady. So here's the deal. If someone or anyone or the people at the Grand don't plan to take a step back and get her back in your fold, that's your loss. I would tell anybody in this community to hire her immediately. That lady is incredible. If you read the post or if you know what happened, she's organized a little pizza party for a team that was here. Might have been one of the soccer teams. I better not mix up soccer and Triple Crown, but it was a team that was here. She organized a little pizza party with the coach, and the, let's say the family members decided to make a scene, period. And gave the staff there that was helping and working an extremely hard time. Shannon came back down to stand up for her employees and her crew. Commendable as a manager. I guess her only maybe fault is that she then posted her honest, true feelings on Facebook. And I'm guessing that might have got back to her supervisors. And then she was immediately let go. And I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. It's unfortunate. And my personal opinion is it's wrong. So, again, Shannon, sorry to hear about that. I know you're probably going to watch or check us out. So you give us a shout if you need anything at all, please. And that's that. My little rant, sorry. A little sports for you. Hey, Dustin Johnson, did you see it? Drew Logic, he got the RBC 23 under. I think he has tied Tiger for most number of wins in this time span, which is rather impressive. And but again, he only has one major, so that's something we're going to have to focus on and figure out for DJ. And we'll get to that today, probably at the Huddle, 3 o'clock at the Press. If you're interested, pop down, have a beverage with us, chat some sports. I got Drew Logic in the house, who somehow shed his caterpillar cocoon, blossomed into a stand-up comedian, and won the Midnight Summers Comedy Jamboree here at the Chief on Friday. It's going to be opening for, do you know who it is, Drew? He's going to be opening for someone that's coming in September. So kudos to Drew Logic. We knew he could do it. And it was a great time. Got to thank Rick for getting down here and filming us. And we all have some material now to work on and improve ourselves. And I got to thank all the people that came down and supported us. We had a pretty good crowd. A couple of first-timers into the Chief, so as a board member, it was great to hear the feedback from people who appreciate locals stepping up, doing something different, having a good time, and it seemed to be enjoyed by all that were around. So again, kudos to the Chief and his crew and everybody who came out and supported us. It was a great time. And Kristen Cronin as well for helping put this together. It was a wonderful time. The Welshman, I got to give a little shout out for the Tour de France. We didn't speak about it at all during the entire time. Some people probably happy about that, but otherwise, the Welshman, G. Thomas, I'll call him G. Thomas, he won. I think it might have been his first Tour de France win. Cool, he did it. I'm sure the bike season now rests, or they travel around the world, do some things, and around this time next year, we'll try and give you a little more coverage of it. And now for my soccer heads, specifically Drew Logic, I know he was crushed, him and Keat, when France ended it on July 15th with that World Cup victory. I know he was dying. There was no EPL for him to watch. The MLS is making moves. Rooney scored his first goal. Unfortunately, it was against the Rapids, and they beat the Rapids over the weekend. But Ibrahimovic netted his first hat trick for the LA Galaxy. But what you have going on is the International Champions Cup. Teams from Europe traveling around the U.S. playing. There's 28 matches, Drew. So there's only 15. I think PSG and Real Madrid are playing this morning at 5:35. They kicked off, so they're probably finishing up right about now. And we've got more soccer going because then the EPL starts August 10th, Drew, so you're good to go. You and Keat will have plenty of football to watch. Your weather-wise, guys, we got some mid-80s. You'll have little clouds rolling. It'll be partly cloudy, maybe a little sprinkle here or two in the late afternoon, but we got 80s throughout the week, mid-80s, low 50s for overnight chill, which is great sleeping weather. Hope you guys have been enjoying it like I have. And well, hopefully maybe we'll get a little bit of showers here at night to sprinkle the annuals or those perennials, or what are the flowers that come out in the summer, those guys. I did a little watering for my girl this weekend, mowed the lawn too. What happened? I was confused. She caught me at a perfect time, I guess. So that's what I got going on. I hope you guys are planning to have a great week. If there is more Triple Crown here, I believe it's that World Series. So again, we're going to try and treat those people as good as we can, and hopefully they reciprocate, because we've had some issues as of late, and hopefully they're understanding and people can spread the message that we love Steamboat, and we'll let you hang out here with us if you want to. So thanks for watching. It's Monday morning. Leaf Brookmeyer, get your baby yoga in. And ACL, Ada Clark Lay, I'm sure you're strumming, so keep strumming. And stick around. We'll be right back with Drew Logic. Hello, Steamboat. How you doing? Got a new show for your viewing. Having breakfast, just keep chewing. And with your support, we'll be cruising. Hello, Steamboat.
After all the jacks are in the boxes, and the clowns have all stacked.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Nick Lagorga. I'm here practicing another song for my show on YouTube, Good Morning Acoustics. You can follow me on Instagram at Good Morning Acoustics, or you can give me a like on Facebook at Good Morning Acoustics. Thanks for watching.
Hello, Steamboat is recorded live from the Chief Theater.
Thank you, Dr. Strange. Hello, Steamboat. It's me, TC. Greatness in the chair. Give me some logic in the building.
Oh, please stop.
Kudos, dude.
Please stop.
I'm giving you a shout out because I recall months ago when we talked about doing it and we both hesitated, and I felt like you needed a little cattle prod in the backside, though, because you were really apprehensive about it. You doubted yourself. You started practicing. You started doing it on us. You didn't want to do it in the morning because you weren't sure if you could play to an empty room. You played to a full house on Friday.
Pretty close, yeah.
And you smashed it.
I did pretty good.
Honestly, say it. Do you feel like you smashed it?
I did pretty good. I did. I'm a little modest. Yeah, I did really good. First of all, I want to clear something up. It wasn't a competition. It wasn't. It was not a competition. It was not. There was the competition part only came about right at the last second when Scott Parker said he had an opportunity for one of us maybe to open for a professional comedic that was coming, and to figure out who that was, he was going to take a audience meter, applause meter, to see who it would be. So before that ever came up, it was just going to be 6 individuals doing their first time stand-up comedy. There happened to be a little bit of a competition just at the end.
A little skin on the game, son.
I think everybody was winners.
True.
I mean, I hate to sound like one of those millennial soccer parents or something, and everybody's a winner, everybody gets a participation medal, but really they all deserve it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Avery, Kyle, her husband, stepped completely out of his comfort zone. DeNova was fantastic. In fact, he could. I mean, and he could have easily had gotten more cheers than me.
Yeah, here's what I noticed.
He just started out a little slow.
You were handling the meter.
Yeah.
And when
did you notice that?
I did. And when
I was cheating.
When he clapped, you kept it.
I kept it low. Yeah.
So it was weird, and the crowd went with it.
Yeah. It was. I completely manipulated people.
You did. So again, congratulations. But
Thank you.
Kristen Cronin was awesome.
Yep.
I had some people tell me it was great that we had so many different types of comedy.
Yes.
And that was really cool. It felt like a little jamboree of sorts, a midnight summer
there
mashup.
Was. Yeah. Nobody has anything close, and
no.
I at the last second had added a couple Steamboat jokes at the beginning of mine, because when I had heard walkthroughs, I realized that there was no Steamboat jokes, and the crowd was going to be majority Steamboat people, so I went home and kind of thought up some Steamboat jokes.
What do you think was your best joke?
Oh, by far, Disneyland's my best joke. It's by far my best joke.
Will you tell it?
I can't. I don't know what your.
You can say it.
Yeah,
because you're not going to show.
I'm not sure if I'll do Disneyland, but it was the thing about Disneyland is it's kind of like, I don't know what they call it, and I just came up with this my own, but it's kind of like a bait and switch kind of joke. So it leads you down one way, and then flips you back the other way when you don't expect it. So in the Disneyland joke, I'm not going to do the Disneyland joke, but when in the Disneyland joke, I make a comment about public breastfeeding and that I don't like it.
and he got reaction.
Oh yeah, the crowd I thought was going to lynch me.
They were going, I'm pro breastfeeding.
Yeah,
they
were booing me and hissing me, and one girl yelled, "That's because you can't do it."
Yes.
So there was all. But on stage, when I heard all that barking at me, the only thing going through my mind was hook, line, sinker.
Got him.
Yeah,
You
because
had 'em.
as soon as they're all angry, I'm going to hit them with the punchline, and it works every time. I did it yesterday for a guy at the Trapper Crossing pool.
Yeah.
Because my brother-in-law's in town, and he told the guy that I had done some stand-up comedy the night before, and the guy did the typical thing. Oh yeah,
Tell me a joke.
Make me laugh, funny man. And so I did. I told him the Disneyland joke right there in the pool, and he was cracking up, gave me a fist pump and everything. So that's hilarious. But just recently, my daughter and I were riding in the car with my wife and me and my daughter. We were riding in the car, and the car all of a sudden smelled like, I don't know, can I say?
Yeah.
The car smelled like ass all of a sudden. It smelled really bad. And my wife and I look at each other real quick, and we say, to see if we're the reasons the car smells like ass. And we quickly assess that we're not the reason the car smells like ass. So we asked my daughter in the back seat, we said, sweetie, did you fart? And she says, no, Daddy, I didn't fart.
Oh.
Yeah, no. And so we're like, okay, we kind of brush it off here in Steamboat with Fart Park. You get the occasional fart woof through your car anyway, so maybe that's what it was.
Yeah.
But we get about 2.5 miles down the road, and the car smells like ass again. And my wife and I look at each other, like,
wrong with you?
Yeah, no, and it wasn't us. So we asked my daughter in the back seat, we said, sweetie, did you fart? She goes, no, Daddy, I didn't fart. I went, puh. I don't know how many people out there have dogs, but if you have a dog, you know anything that goes ain't gonna smell
It's
good.
a bomb.
Ain't gonna
That's
smell good,
capsule.
folks. So I said to my daughter, I said, sweetie, I'm pretty sure they call that farting. She says, no, Daddy, that's called crop dusting.
My man, Drew Logic.
That was one of my jokes.
I tell you, it was like Harvey said, he asked some people, he was saddened that he couldn't make it, but he did his circumventing of the locals, and your name came up with high praise.
Oh, good.
By people that attended, and it's amazing. I really hope that you keep running with this, man, because it was outlandish.
I had the two best things I had. One was from our main man, Lowen.
Yeah.
Mr. Basketball. I liked his tweet or his text.
Yeah.
That said, get my man Drew an agent.
Get that man an agent.
I liked that. That meant a lot to me. That was that moment, especially coming from someone who gives me such grief all the time.
And
so,
you got him from 16 to 66.
Yeah.
You had him in your
so
hand.
that was really cool. And then my wife also recorded my segment.
Okay.
So I watched it last night, and I'm the biggest critic, and
of course
I was laughing. I was laughing at my own jokes. So I was like, holy cow, if I'm laughing at this, it must have been pretty good.
And now, I wanted to know, you kept dropping a line, it was perfect. You would tell, and you'd say, think about it. Think about it.
That was in the improv.
Okay.
That was in the improv, not during my
was
show.
it during the improv you kept doing that?
Yeah.
It was perfect. Again, because people were they were like, what did... Oh.
Yeah, because it was kind of like during Worst Ever.
Yes.
So, Worst Ever in improv, you get an idea, you say, give me a job. They say, dog catcher.
Yeah.
And then you got to step up to one-liners of the worst dog catchers. So,
Now, ours was vet. Worst vet, I heard.
Yeah.
It was not Jeff. And what did you do? Do you remember?
I don't.
Yeah, okay.
No. But I would do my one-er, and there was a little bit of pause in the crowd because people were kind of like trying to think, and I was like, think about it. Think about it.
Do you like improv as much as the individual stand-up?
Wow, that's a good question. I think it was a natural progression. I was afraid of the stage. The sad thing is I've wanted to do, since I was in high school, people always told me, you should do stand-up, you should do stand-up. But people always tell you, well, if you're really funny with your friends, you might not be good at stand-up.
Sure.
And I just listened to that. And I didn't really
Yeah.
follow my dream. And so really it's great that I was successful, but it was 26 years late. I should have been doing this 26 years ago when I was 20, and I could have had a chance to maybe do something with it.
I think you have a chance now still.
Sure, I could.
Absolutely.
It'd be very hard with, if I ever wanted to pursue a life in comedy at this age with wife and children, it would be very difficult.
No, I don't think
it would have been a lot easier when I was in my 20s without family.
The way the way you run your life right now, I don't think it's going to be any more difficult at all. The fact of the matter is, you have a Hollywood hookup.
Kind of, yeah.
We have
bit.
Corby Fisher.
A little bit.
We got Corby,
Yeah.
who produced a reality show.
Yeah.
If he thinks that guy that he had was funny,
I don't think he showed up for the show, though.
he didn't.
So
we're going to get him.
Yeah, right?
We're going to get him.
There's a few people out there that said they were coming that
Yep.
didn't come, and you know who you are.
You do.
You know who you are.
And you know what we might just have to do? We'll make our list and we'll just start blasting them.
Yeah, okay.
We'll do that.
All right,
'Cause
we'll do that.
That'll be good.
I did notice that Harv didn't make it, and I didn't see his text.
But he apologized early.
Yeah, so when I saw it, I was like, oh, yeah, daddy duty. We all know daddy duty. We all know how it is. And you couldn't bring Griff to that show.
No.
There was way too
The language barrier.
and Braille and all sorts of stuff that was going on in there. But again, I'm going to give a shout out to all the people that did stand up the other night. They were brave.
Yeah.
Very brave. People don't realize how hard it is. But when we were talking about that a second ago, the natural progression. So
Yeah.
I was afraid of the stage. And
Did I prod you?
no, I was...
What?
Sorry.
I got to get at least 36%.
No,
if he's
wasn't-
going to take 75.
Right. No, it was, I've been talking for years about getting into the theater or doing something for years. And there was a improv workshop.
Yeah.
And
I told you about
like
it.
2 years ago. No, I got it out of the paper. Sorry, buddy.
You're
Sorry,
throwing
I know
me
you're
under the bus.
trying. I know it's his show. I know. Hey, back off, people. I know it's his show. But no,
All right.
I got it out of the paper. My wife said you should go do this. I came down here. I was extremely nervous.
Yep.
And everybody Calder and Katie Carroll and Scott Parker, Kristen Cronin, they all just made you feel really at ease,
Yeah.
and you didn't have to be nervous. And then even the very first improv show I was supposed to do, I backed out.
Yep.
I didn't do it. I sat in the audience and watched
Yep.
to see how it would go. And then I was laughing and went, oh, I could do this. So then it was on from there, and we did some really good shows over the last couple of winters.
Yep. Well, you participated in fun shows, and you've been
Fun shows,
awesome
yep.
in those as well. So,
Yep.
again, lead me to, are you more comfortable with your improv, or are you even more comfortable with that solo stand-up?
Oh, yeah.
You are.
Oh, yeah. 1,000%.
Yeah?
1,000%. Yeah. My worry was that I could do it over and over and over again in my head, and that's fine. But once I got up there, how would I do?
Yeah.
And it was natural.
Did your nerves go away right away?
I had no nerves.
You had none.
No. It was just the same as improv.
Okay.
And that's why I thought I could do this. Humor is my self-defense mechanism. So when I'm in a scared situation or an uncomfortable situation, I use humor to relax myself.
What's going to scare you in social setting that would make you what like intimidated intellectually by someone?
No, not necessarily. I just meant just if I'm afraid of something. The main thing, like when I was in a car accident once and I was in the emergency room and
Yeah.
they're pulling bits of the road out of my face, I had the entire emergency room in tears, just laughing
Because you were scared as hell.
I was so scared, and I was just making joke one after one after one.
Yeah.
And they were just laughing. They couldn't stop laughing. They're like, "Dude, you're hilarious." And I was just, but it was scared. I was just scared, and I kind of figured. And then improv was that way. I was petrified, and then when I got up on stage, it was like natural. Like I got up here, and all that fear went away.
Yeah.
And it was like my humor comes out to protect me from that fear.
Okay.
And then I feel comfortable. And I thought that would translate into stand-up.
Yeah.
But I wasn't sure. And I was nervous. And then when we were in the back, I wasn't the most nervous in the green room. There was a few other comics a little bit nervous than me.
Well, and I liked how you used me as a default. Because you were like, look at that dude. And I'm not nervous. Like I said, for me,
Yeah.
being on stage is fine.
Yeah.
I really wanted to open it up, get the crowd going a little bit, and then hand it off to the people I think are hilarious.
Yeah.
And so I'm texting, and Avery, she was bouncing about to get sick, changing colors.
I thought she was going to pass out at one point. Yeah.
And you're like, look at him. And I'm texting Coop and Kelda like, we're getting ready to do this. It's
Yeah.
going to be awesome. There was that nerve, and I think we settled her.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, she did. And I think she was just like me. you're scared to death when you're out there, but as soon as you walk up those 3 little steps, it goes away.
It's gone.
And to be honest with you, my time, like I was listening to it last night, and it's long. I felt like I was up here for 30 seconds.
Yeah, it did go fast.
It goes fast, and they do a great job with the lights, so I couldn't see anybody.
Yep. Which
is really good because if stand up, if you make eye contact with somebody, it can really throw you off.
Yeah, because if you see them go,
or not react to a joke or something, it can throw. Seinfeld episode with the pilot in the audience, and the pilot throws him off, and then So, yeah, it's hard if you make eye contact.
All right, so what's next for you then? Will you, like, if we want you August 10th to do individual stand-up for the Fun Show, is that something you would consider?
Maybe. I'm gonna check out this thing about the professional comic coming in that I might open for, and let me also make that's a might open for.
Why do you say that?
Because it wasn't official. It wasn't an official thing.
It's a maybe.
It's a maybe.
If the situation
presents
itself,
I believe Scott Parker said, "Well, let me ask the guy if he wants an opener." And if he wants an opener, then you're in. But if the guy says, "No, I don't want an opener," then
that had to motivate you then.
Oh, I was like, whatever, listen, it's scary, and then I don't know what to do. Do I do the same set? Ooh. Or because I'm sure there'll be repeat people in the audience, they don't want to see the same set. So do I need to write a whole new show? Because remember, too, that stand-up thing I did, when you and I started talking about doing stand-up a while back, we were going to go to Denver or Fort Collins or somewhere to do some stand-up before we did this.
You had totally different jokes.
And I had different jokes, but but most of them are pretty close to the same. The Steamboat ones were really the only new ones. I had written that show out a long time ago.
Right.
So I had done that comedy set in my mind at least 100 times.
That's awesome.
So now I have to write new jokes in a month and come back, and it's nerve-wracking, and I have a lot of jokes, but they're rough.
Yeah.
They're not.
You got to smooth them out.
Yeah, I got to
toss them out here for us.
Figure out where the punchline is, and but I will tell this too. Anybody out there that wants to do comedy,
That's what I wanted to ask
I'm most certainly not an expert. I would never claim to be able to teach you how to do it.
Yeah.
But I will say visualization. I would stand in my kitchen sometimes late night when my wife was upstairs in bed asleep and stuff, and I'd be in the kitchen, and I would do my whole set with my eyes shut, visualizing myself on a stage with a crowd.
Yeah.
But the key that I found that helped me write my jokes, because I couldn't do this 8 months ago. I didn't know how to even write a joke for stand-up.
Yeah.
But it just kind of came to me one night, and what it was is I actually put a laugh track in my head.
In your head?
In my head. There has to be a laugh track.
Do you pause for laughter?
Oh, yeah, and I actually even make laughter sounds, like out loud. So, you do your, like, no, daddy. They call it crop dusting. Yeah. And I'll go, like, that's the crowd laughing. But it gives me my timing.
Yeah.
And it makes me feel like, okay, this is what's going to happen. People are going to laugh, and and it's not always true. Right. There was a few times on stage that I did things that in my mind I'd heard in my laugh track, people laugh here.
Yeah.
And I did it the other night, and there was no laughter in that scene, and it was kind of a little bit weird. It was like, oh, dude, they were supposed to laugh at that. But that's okay. I'll just go on and make some other random stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty good too with sometimes just spur of the moment
yes,
stuff.
You are.
And I'm not really sure what we're allowed to say on the show. But
Enough.
Kristen Cronin did a thing about...
She facilitated.
Yeah, but she did a thing on her skit about...
The Sound of Music?
Sound of Music and what the nun says to Mary in the thing. And she calls her
a bad word.
The C word.
The C face.
The C face.
Yeah.
If you watch The Sound of Music, it sounds like she calls Mary the C face. The C face word.
I can't face.
Very, very good.
Yeah.
And I was able to work that into a joke when I first stepped on stage.
Yeah, it was perfect.
So this is a 1970s can't face. Because you can tell by the big bush.
If there were people that were interested now, they've heard us talk about some stand-up comedy. Kristen's going to try and do another workshop. Yeah. Would you tell people to maybe get in some improv, maybe check out the Chief Players as well? and get your foot in the door and
Well,
check it out?
I mean, improv is a great place to start
Yeah.
because you have a lot of support. You're not on a stage by yourself with a target.
Yeah.
You know, there's lots of people. In fact, if you do a show, you can pretty much stand in the back and not do anything if you want.
True.
You know, there's going to be plenty of other people doing it. Yeah, I would improv or even just get in touch with Kristen Cronin, who's going to be trying to facilitate another one. She does not teach it.
Nope.
She facilitates it.
So you understand that.
And we give good feedback, and sometimes accepted, sometimes not. I noticed that like one of the comedians the other night did his joke, and I had given him some feedback where I thought it would be really funny if he did this, and this, and everybody in the room laughed.
Yep.
But it never made it into a show.
No.
So, and then there was a lot with me too. I had made some jokes and some people had given me feedback, but I didn't put any of that feedback into my show. I was happy with what my show was, and I didn't want to change anything.
Well, again, I think you were incredible. Kudos to you.
I appreciate it.
I hope you keep running with it, and definitely want to see more of it for sure.
Cool, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for all the nice things.
Absolutely. So that's what we do here. The Chief. We get some comedy going. It's a Hello Steamboat show. If you get a chance, Drew might try out some new material on you, so stop, have a listen, and see if it's any good. Hello Steamboat. We'll be right back. Hello Steamboat, how you doing? Got a new show for your viewing. Having breakfast, just keep chewing. And with your support, we'll be cruising. Hello Steamboat.
After all the jacks are in the boxes, and the clowns have all stacked.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Nick Lagorga. I'm here practicing another song for my show on YouTube, Good Morning Acoustics. You can follow me on Instagram at Good Morning Acoustics, or you can give me a like on Facebook at Good Morning Acoustics. Thanks for watching.
Hello Steamboat is recorded live from the Chief Theater.
Hello Steamboats, me TC. Thank you for sticking around. We're going to wrap this up real quick with a little haps for you. The Picnic Theater Festival is going. Performances are always fun and always free, so check those out. If you get a chance, get over to the Botanical Gardens. You're going to find Picnic Theater does theater outdoors in a picnic setting with local performers and guest artists. So you can always check that out. Little story crafter time at BWML, that's the Bud Warner Memorial Library for those that don't know. 10:30 to 11:30. Children's ages 2 to 5 with a parent or caregiver are welcome every Monday and Friday to hear stories and stay for simple craft based on the book in the children's storytime room. Jarabe Mexicano at Bud Warner Memorial Library, performing a wide range of repertoire of traditional mariachi instruments. Cool. Jarabe's arrangements feature striking harmonized vocals in Spanish and English. There's the Steamboat Mahjong League at Haymaker Bar and Grill from 1 to 4. That is the American Mahjong for experienced players with 2018 card. So you got to come down there if you want to get set up. You can come for lunch at 12, which is free if you're part of that group. Free family fun at Bradley Weaver at the Bud Warner Memorial Library. Free family fun is the Bud Warner Summer Entertainment Series for kids and families to celebrate our summer reading program. Jay Romer will be at the E3 Chop House from 4 to 6 playing today. Bald Eagle Open, the water series. That's right, that's going on. Old Town Hot Springs. Practice and compete in this open water swim series featuring clinics, coaching, and races. Monday night bridge is at the Heart of Steamboat Methodist Church from 5:30 to 9. You can RSVP bridgeandsteamboat@gmail.com. It's bridge with Elaine, and it's the Bridge Club. Duplicate bridge starting earlier in the day if you're interested, 15 minutes earlier. Seminars in Steamboat, the road ahead for autonomous vehicles. That could be something interesting to check out. It'll be at Strings Pavilion from 5:30 to 7. The road ahead for our autonomous vehicles, a nonpartisan policy talk with Robert Puentes, President and CEO of the Eno Center for Transportation, a nonprofit think tank. That is a free event to check out. Pick up your Steamboat Pilot today. Go to steamboattoday.com to see what's happening. Again, a lot of stuff going on this week. The weather's still nice. We got some Triple Crown activities, picnic theater, plenty of yoga. If you need it, get out and do it. Have a great day, you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. I'm TC.